Oh my god, it's Modern Warfare 2. Why? Hello. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and I'm about to post more video than any of you are ready for. Before I get into the fun, I'm gonna give a little bit of a focusing point for this video, and that is I'm going to try and talk about my hopes and dreams for Modern Warfare 3. And unfortunately, to do that, I think it's important to learn from past experience. And so there will be some differentiating between what should be done for Modern Warfare 3 and what was perhaps done incorrectly in Modern Warfare 2. But the reason that I was inspired to create this video today is actually the announcement that Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops mode is going to have a wave-based survival version of the mode. Which, for those of you who may not understand what that means, it's essentially Modern Warfare 3 zombies, but instead of zombies, it's going to be guys with guns. Which I am extremely excited for. And as soon as Spec Ops was announced for Modern Warfare 2, all everybody even wanted out of that mode was a wave-based survival mode, like zombies in World at War, because that was the best part of World at War. And guess what? Infinity Ward said, go fuck yourself. Here's a room full of juggernauts. Good luck. But they finally have decided to, for Modern Warfare 3, well, and again, for those of you who may not be aware, Infinity Ward after Modern Warfare 2 was chopped apart, mainly because their execs refused to do their job until they received their royalty checks, to which Activision said, you don't get your royalty checks unless you do your fucking job. So they threw out a couple of the heads at Infinity Ward, and a bunch of their little lackeys followed them. So Modern Warfare 3 is going to be run by a hybrid of Sledgehammer Games and Infinity Ward, and I think that's right. But I think the way it's working is Infinity Ward is handling single player, and Sledgehammer is in control of multiplayer, which is good because Infinity Ward is terrible, or as they have shown, has really horrible judgment when it comes to multiplayer. At least given Modern Warfare 2. So. But the wave-based survival mode is really exciting. I am psyched for that. It may get, I don't know, because they said that it's going to start out with like, normal people shooting at you. Then there's actually going to be attack dogs coming at you. Then like suicide attack dogs with bombs strapped to them, and then suicide guys with bombs strapped to them, and juggernauts also thrown in those waves. So. It's going to be interesting, and I think it could get a little crazy with all the special types of things they're going to throw at you. I mean, they didn't, I don't know, I'm not going to make a judgment about it until I play it, but I'm excited about it, and I hope it reminds me a lot of, for those of you who played GRAW, which is Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, there was actually a cooperative against the computer, well, I guess that would be waves, but it wasn't really a wave survival mode per se. Kind of, but it wasn't like unlimited. It was try and defeat this many enemies, but essentially you and I think up to 4 people total could play, maybe it was even 8, I don't know, could defend against I guess you could call them waves of enemies, attack waves of enemies, and just try and survive to the end. And that was so much fun. And this sounds like it's going to be a little more arcadey than that, obviously. It's not just going to be guys, it's going to be dogs and dudes in giant bomb-proof suits. And, but yeah, I'm excited about that. So let's get that out of the way. Also, I'm hopeful for what Sledgehammer can do, considering that Infinity Ward kind of messed up. But if it works the way previous games have worked, Sledgehammer should be starting mostly from Infinity Ward's baseline. Because they're not going to be writing everything from scratch. But, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about the videos I put in the background here a little bit, as I wanted to do this video, but I didn't want to put it over Black Ops gameplay. In retrospect, I should have put in COD 4, but I think it was important to put in Modern Warfare 2 because this is the most recent game from arguably that studio, and this is kind of the growing point, what not to do. So we'll go over some of that. But this gameplay, I got on, I was like, okay. And I haven't played Modern Warfare 2 since I did my last, when I was trying to do my secondaries prestige, and I just got fed up and I just stopped. So these are my first games since then. It's been since well before Black Ops came out. I stopped playing Modern Warfare 2 months before Black Ops came out. So I don't know if it'd be safe to say it's been an entire year. You might check my older videos to see when I actually stopped playing Modern Warfare 2, but time had made me forget exactly how bad this game was, because I remembered in broad strokes the explosives and the lag and the bad maps and all the imbalances, but time had kind of distanced me. I get hit by a noob too from a guy running danger close. Kind of distanced me from the freshness of that memory, and I'd kind of lumped it back into lag. Well, there's some lag in Black Ops, and there's not really any imbalance in Black Ops, but I don't know. I was just kind of thinking, well, maybe it was just kind of on that level, but I just got really annoyed with it at the time. No. The matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2 is horrible, and some of you may argue it's not fair to judge connection quality in Modern Warfare 2, considering that it's been out so long, and you know, when it was brand new, there were more people playing it, better chance to get in a good game, to which I would say to you, absolute horseshit, because when this game was brand new, I had bad connections pretty much every frickin' game, as you can remember from my whole videos, constant complaining about that. The matchmaking's always been terrible, connections have always been terrible, and I would say to you that Modern Warfare 2 is still the #2 most played game on Xbox Live behind Black Ops. So there's no reason I shouldn't be able to get into a good game, but I couldn't. And this isn't Ground War. These are all regular games. Domination, Team Deathmatch, and Demolition. And just, I didn't get a good connection. I was only able to make myself play 5 games. And I've heard people complain about hit detection in Black Ops. I think those people are crazy. Modern Warfare 2, by far, has the worst hit detection of any first-person shooter I've ever played. For a game that takes 3 bullets to kill somebody, you know. But anyway, so let's try to focus this back on Modern Warfare 3 and what they need to do different. What Infinity Ward did, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit here, with Modern Warfare 2, is they took a lot of good ideas and a pinch of stupidity and just ruined Modern Warfare 2. They took a lot of things that would have been good ideas on their own, but if you put them in the context of Call of Duty and this game and their combinations, and you just realize how this game went bad so quickly. A good example of that, One-Man Army is a great idea. Being able to use a perk to change up your classes mid-match without dying, like that, you know, during that same life, that's, you know, that allows you to be real versatile. But then they went ahead and made it to where switching that also refilled your equipment, meaning all your explosives and stuff. And even though they removed an additional perk, how did it go? It removed your secondary weapon. And even though it removed your secondary weapon, which is another thing I'll get to, you were still able to, I don't know, I mean, you could do it with Danger Close. I mean, we all know about One-Man Army Danger Close, so that's an idea of a good idea that they implemented very poorly. Commando was never a good idea, being able to lunge a mile to get a one-hit melee kill as I blown up by the own barrel. But that's one example. Another example would be well, the connections are bad. The maps, I don't know, they did a horrible job designing the maps. They didn't take into account how people would play them with the different perks, and you know, I don't want it, but here, this is making me mad just talking about Modern Warfare 2. I may make this video shorter than I originally anticipated just because I can't stand it. Modern Warfare 3, they need to do what Black Ops did and balance it. And getting back to the connection stuff, like I said, Modern Warfare 2, horrible connections, hit detection. Call of Duty 4 to this day, you can get at least decent connections some of the time, and there's no excuse for that. Modern Warfare 3 needs to do what Black Ops did and take the good ideas that Modern Warfare 2 had, cut off the crap, and leave the rest in. And with the exception of Second Chance, that's what Black Ops was a perfected version of Modern Warfare 2. Look at this. I hope it doesn't make you sick watching this video. That's not choppy video. That's the way this game played with this horrible lag. Oh my god. But oh yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Secondary weapons. Just having basically primary shotgun secondaries especially, but also explosive launcher secondaries, which it would be a good example again of how Treyarch kind of fixed it for Black Ops. But making shotguns secondary weapons was such a bad idea. An AA-12 automatic shotgun as a secondary weapon, it makes no sense. The spaz shot, any shotgun secondary makes no sense. And the explosive secondaries, in this game, I mean, the RPGs, especially with Danger Close RPGs, have a blast radius of like 50 miles. I don't know, you could shoot one at your feet when you spawn and kill someone at the other end of the map. That's only a slight exaggeration. As we switch over here into a game of Team Deathmatch. But like Treyarch, they kept in explosive secondaries, but they tweaked down the blast radius and the damage done by explosives. So that helped out a lot. And then the addition of the flak jacket perk. And don't talk to me about blast shield. For the only way to protect yourself against explosives in Modern Warfare 2 is to use a piece of equipment that takes away your ability to use any sort of grenade or tactical insertion, and you have to manually put it on, and it takes away your radar. I mean, could they have made it more undesirable to protect yourself from the billions of explosives that fly around in this game? Every time you ever watch a Modern Warfare 2 video, I would challenge you to do one thing. Just listen to it, and listen to how many explosions you hear just going off in the background. Those aren't background noise explosions. Those are people firing RPGs, grenade launchers. So basically, what I want from Modern Warfare 3 is I want Black Ops with no second chance, last stand. And I want them to use modern weapons. I mean, I liked Black Ops a lot better than World at War simply because I like modern weapons better, and stepping it up to about the 70s made it a lot better, having the Commando as your kind of Commando essentially is what became the M4. But it's just not the same, and the AUG and FAMAS and those. So they took more modern weapons and then balanced the game and just made it amazing. They took kill streaks and allowed you to customize them but not stack them. I mean, that's so great. I mean, that's getting back to the example of things they did in Modern Warfare 2 that they didn't think through. Being able to customize your kill streaks is great. One of the best things they've done in the Call of Duty franchise. Having them stack on top of each other is not, because it does what I like to call the dangling carrot effect, where you just dangle that carrot out in front of somebody. If you can just get 7 kills, then you can get the highest kill streak you want. You know, if you can, because it'll just stack on top of each other. So you want to get it, you want to get a nuke, get a Harrier, and that's just essentially the way it works. And then adding in the fact that they make secondary weapons with shotguns so appealing that no one ever wants to use a Stinger, and you've got powerful air support that stacks to other more powerful air support, combined with no one ever having the motivation to use a launcher to shoot down air support, and it's just a disaster. For instance, in Black Ops, I actually have a Stinger, or not a Stinger, what is it, Strela, a Strela as a secondary weapon in every single class of mine. And that's just because I find the secondaries themselves so useless. You're better off, I mean, not useless. I love the 1911 secondary, but I find it so rare that I run out of ammo, especially combined with the fact that I can just pick up a different weapon when I'm running out of ammo. Not as useful if you're a camper, I'll agree, but I don't care about you. Yeah, I mean, in Black Ops, I'd just rather pick up a different secondary weapon when I'm running low, or primary weapon when I'm running low, and keep my Strela. So if anything goes up, it's easier to shoot down, and it's just not as all-powerful. So Modern Warfare 3 needs to be modern Black Ops 1. And regardless, it's going to be a popular game. For the same reason that Modern Warfare 2 is the second most popular game on Xbox Live to this day, and that's because a lot of people are stupid, and in general, the Call of Duty audience is a bunch of annoying kids. Like, I'm playing this game, and you may see it in some of these people running around doing 360s with akimbo 1887s, and, you know, all the sniping crap is still going on in Modern Warfare 2, and that's actually kind of the audience that Infinity Ward pandered to when they shouldn't have. Black Ops said, screw mass appeal, we're making a good game. And so the reason Modern Warfare 2 is still so popular when Modern Warfare 2 came out, World at War wasn't, is because Modern Warfare 2 pandered to the douchebags, and combined with the fact that World at War wasn't a very good multiplayer game. Except for zombies. But now, all the people who play Black Ops and hated it are going back to Modern Warfare 2 because that's where they can be assholes, and that's where they can use their lack of skills to still have amazing success. People who couldn't otherwise get even a 10 kill streak can get 25 kill streak nukes just by getting a lucky Harrier. I mean, it's just a game that caters to everyone, and Infinity Ward even said they're trying to broaden the mass appeal. Infinity Ward are the ones that came up with the idea to reward people for dying with death streaks. I mean, what? And Treyarch was just like, F that shit. What even happened? Yeah, just Modern Warfare 2 is a bad game. And for those of you out there who still, for some reason, think Modern Warfare 2 is better than Black Ops, or Black Ops is a bad game, you're just wrong. And not only that, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I mean, that's kind of blunt, but if you're still playing Modern Warfare 2 because you had Black Ops and don't like it, you're stupid. You just don't know what a good game is if it jumped up and kicked you in your tiny little prepubescent balls. And if that upsets any of you because you're big Modern Warfare 2 fans, I could give a shit. If you still like Modern Warfare 2, please unsubscribe, because I don't even want you on my channel watching my videos. I want to apologize for that and say I'm exaggerating, but no. If you think Modern Warfare 2 is a good game in any way, you are wrong. It is 100 good ideas mixed with stupidity and bad ideas and turned into the worst pile of shit in the history of popular online first-person shooters. There have been worse shooters than this, but never popular ones. I mean, and that's the problem with Call of Duty. It's become so powerful now. It is going to be popular. I don't know. I can't predict how long this series is going to go. But here's the thing. People say that they got bored with Black Ops a lot sooner than they got bored with Modern Warfare 2. And I totally believe that's true, but that's not because of any deficiency in Black Ops. If Black Ops had come out either in place of World at War or Modern Warfare 2, then it would have that status. And here's the reason why. Because COD 4, I don't care what you say. Call of Duty 2 doesn't really count. COD 4 was the first popular Call of Duty game on a wide scale. That's just a fact. Sales show that. It didn't even start getting noticed until COD 4, because COD 4 was an amazing game that had several flaws, several notable flaws, several more notable flaws than Black Ops has. Black Ops, a little bit of a tangent here, Black Ops is the best Call of Duty game ever created. Modern Warfare 2 is by a mile the worst. And but anyway, Call of Duty 4 was the first popular Call of Duty, really popular one. World at War, everybody was so happy with COD 4 when a new COD came out and they found out that it was basically just kind of taken the same perk system and unlock system that Call of Duty 4 had, and everybody had really high hopes for it, although they were disappointed it was World War II. And that was ultimately its downfall. The World War II setting, combined with the tanks, kinda, but mainly the World War II setting, it limited them on the weapons they could use. So there were only a few good weapons, and even the good ones weren't really entertaining weapons. I mean, I don't know, they just didn't turn me on. If you're a big World War II fan, that might turn you on. But I don't know, World at War just didn't work. So you still have COD 4 as the good Call of Duty game, right? So World at War was just like, oh, it was a disappointment. Modern Warfare 2 came out, right? And it had modern weapons, customizable kill streaks, all these different unlocks, so many attachments and perks and pro perks. There was just so much to do in it. You could unlock titles and emblems, and there was just a ton to do in it. And at first it was so great because people hadn't figured out all the broken shit. But that's why people spent so much time on Modern Warfare 2, because it was such a good game at first, and then by the time when it started going to shit, like when the javelin glitches happened, people climbing into rocks, people still played it because the alternative was, and a lot of people did go back to COD 4, but the alternative was going back to World at War or COD 4. And that just, I don't know, for most people that just wasn't an option. Modern Warfare 2 was what was out, and despite its faults, people played it. And I'm one of those people. I hated Modern Warfare 2 for months, and still played it, because the only option in World at War was zombies, which we played a lot of, and we did go back to COD 4, actually, for quite a while. And you may not know this, but going back to the failure of World at War, the Call of Duty game I played longest was COD 4, because when World at War came out, we went back to COD 4. I didn't start posting Call of Duty videos until after World at War had been out for a while, and I only posted Call of Duty 4 videos. So after World at War came out, I went back to Call of Duty 4 almost pretty much exclusively. So the point I'm getting at is the reason people got bored of Black Ops, quote unquote, sooner than Modern Warfare 2 is because it was essentially the third game in 4 years that was really popular. So COD 4, and that ran for 2 years without a problem. Modern Warfare 2, people just, was the new thing. It had customizable kill streaks and nukes and all the fancy new stuff. And Black Ops came out and took that formula and perfected it. But by now, people have been playing Call of Duty for 4 years, and it's essentially pretty much the same game, whereas Black Ops just almost perfected it. And people say, I got tired of Black Ops faster than I did Modern Warfare 2, so obviously Modern Warfare 2 must have been a more exciting game. No. It's just like, I'm trying to think of a good example of, you got a pizza, right? And you eat the first slice of pizza. Maybe it's your first pizza you've ever had, or the first pizza you've had in a year. Like, you've been eating old, nasty microwave pizza. Oh, that first piece of pizza is great, and that second piece of pizza is just so good. By the time you're on, the 12th piece of pizza, if you're fat, I guess. I'm fat, but I eat 12 pieces of pizza. You're just sick of it. And that's where a lot of people are with Call of Duty right now. It has nothing to do with the game. People are just sick of Call of Duty because they've been playing it for 4 years, and it's essentially the same. And Modern Warfare 3, I think for the most part, will stick to the formula of perks and kill streaks and stuff like that. I don't know if they'll add a monetary or a contract system like Black Ops did, which was awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's just Call of Duty's just been around a long time, and now with Black or Blue, Battlefield 3 coming out. Granted, it's a very different game. Battlefield 3 has always been more open, and there's been a lot of vehicle combat. It's more of a war experience, whereas Call of Duty has always been an infantry experience. So Battlefield is not going to replace Call of Duty, mainly because they're two different types of shooters. I will play both and enjoy them both in separate ways, because if you want to really get on and shoot something, that's Call of Duty. But if you want to feel like you're in a war, that's Battlefield, and Battlefield 3 is going to be awesome. But Call of Duty is just, I don't know, my prediction, unless they make Modern Warfare 3 very, very different, which I see as kind of unlikely, I think people will kind of be the same about that as they are about about Black Ops, where they're just going to feel like they're getting bored sooner, and it's not going to be the game's fault necessarily, unless they, like I said, screw up shit like Modern Warfare 2 did. Not necessarily going to be the game's fault, so much as the fault of the fact that it's going to be the 5th year with Call of Duty games. I mean, I don't know. I'm still loving Black Ops. And the best thing I can say about Modern Warfare 3 without knowing many details about it is that at least if Modern Warfare 3 goes tits up and is absolute trash, Black Ops will still be around. And I'm definitely looking forward to Battlefield 3. There's a lot of other games coming out that I'm looking forward to, but not on the scale. Like first-person shooters is kind of when I want to get online and you know, I just want to play video games. That's what I'm going to do. Like games with good stories and stuff like that, or good single-player experiences, or even good multiplayer experience now and then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to games like BioShock Infinite and stuff like that. But they're essentially games where I'm looking forward to playing the game, experiencing it, and then putting it away. Kind of like Assassin's Creed. Awesome games. Love playing them. And then when I beat them, I'm done with them. And they were worth the money. First-person shooter is the kind of game where you keep coming back to, like Counter-Strike. You know, people still... Counter-Strike is still huge, as it should be, because it's a, you know, a good, well-balanced game. And I don't know, good games stand the test of time. Modern Warfare 2 didn't, except by idiots who like 360 no scopes and nukes and killhorn chopper gunners and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the Call of Duty community is always a big part of the downfall of it, but I'm not writing off Modern Warfare 3. I am excited for it. I'm excited for a new shooter. And honestly, even if it disappoints me, I'll still have Black Ops. I'm just excited for something new. I hope it's going to be a good game that stands the test of time. Of course, the first couple of months out of the gate, before people find out any problems, if there are any, it's going to be great. And so I'm at least looking forward to the honeymoon period. So there's my 27 minutes, yeah, Modern Warfare 3, show me what you can do, and I'll leave you with Xbox Live.
He's an incested nigger. You're an incested Alabamian. Let's go fuck. Did you just say Alabamian? You're freaking retarded.